one thing about the teaching is that what the Father taught us, I mean, we got knowledge of self. We know the black man is God. We learned the history of all man on earth. But we also learned that, we're not neither pro-black nor anti-white. That we get along with all people, all races. So, you use intelligence, you know how to carry yourself in all circles. So I've always traveled like that. But let me speak about how I got to engineering, what propelled me to go to the top of engineering. Like I said, when I first got knowledge of self, we learned supreme mathematics. And that was interesting to me because I always had a knack for math. I was always good at mathematics from the time I was young. When I was, I used to have this magnetic football game when I was probably below 10 years old. And I went back to it years later in my mother's attic and I pulled this game out and I realized that I used to keep statistics of these little plastic men, board vibrate. So I was always good at math. So when we learned supreme mathematics, it was intriguing that there was a meaning behind math. One means knowledge. When a baby's first born, the first thing they could do is just learn before they get up and walk and talk. 2 means wisdom. At that second year, they can now get up, they can start talking, they can start walking. 3 is understanding. So all of it made sense to me. So I was good at math. I knew the science of supreme mathematics. We were taught that our job is really to get a profession, to master all the professions for the black man to advance. I remember the day when I met Allah B in 1975, December 28th. He was just a legend on the streets. I had never met him before. And then finally, me and one of the other brothers named Allah Rule got a chance to go up to Dannemora State Prison where he was staying. And at that time, they had the visiting rooms was an old abandoned cell block. So we would be in a 3-tier cell block. There'd be a line of tables like this straight down the middle, and the visitors would be on one side, and then all the inmates would come on the other side. So we were sitting there building, and he's speaking just like he's speaking today. Time hasn't touched him. But I would look at this place. It was cold in Dannemora. There was 2 feet of snow on the ground. And looking in this cell block, I told him, this is no place that I would ever want to be. And you know what he said to me? He says, you don't have to do that. He says, your job is to do what you have to do on the streets, and we'll handle this here. And that's all I needed to hear. I went back, just dedicated myself towards studying. And so I chose engineering. Didn't even know what engineering was when I started college, but I chose engineering because a close friend of the family said it's applied mathematics. So I went into the field of engineering. And then at the time, we was all about nation building. So what intrigued me was the field of energy. And I couldn't understand how you could produce energy from the natural resources. How did that first come about? You're the original man on the planet, and you have this lush environment. How is energy created? So that's what really made me choose mechanical engineering. And mathematics breaks down everything. If you take the word engineering through the mathematics, it comes out to when you add them all up, it comes to the number 8. And it means build. So that's been my path. And just operating amongst a mainly white profession, a mainly white male profession, I just show excellence at everything I do, and that's been my path, and it hasn't been any issue.